In this video, we will show you how to do an oil change on this Chevy Tahoe with a 5.3 liter engine. You're going to need to have a brand new oil filter, 6 quarts of 5W30 oil. Let's get into it. Okay friends, let's get started on our job. The first thing that we want to mention is we are going to need to get underneath the front of the vehicle, so make sure you're in a safe area for that. Once you are, go ahead and lift the hood, make your way over to the passenger side, and remove that oil cap. On it you can tell it confirms that you need to have 5W30 oil, 6 quarts. We'll inspect the seal on it and set it aside. Now we can make our way safely underneath the vehicle. Under here, we're looking for the oil filter and for the drain plug. You want to make sure you have a collection bucket under this area. Let's start with removing the oil filter. For this, you're going to find that it comes up and over this cross member. Go ahead and take a piece of cardboard or a small funnel of some sort and just slide it into this area. Now we'll start removing that oil filter with a medium-sized oil filter wrench. Remove your oil filter. Now we can remove that cardboard. Now let's pause on the oil filter and let that continue draining. We'll move along to the engine oil drain plug. On our application, I will be using a 14mm socket. At this point, you can continue letting the oil drain until it stops dripping, but that might take a while. For me, it's just a small drip, so I'm going to wipe down the surface area here, give it a close inspection, make sure there's no existing gasket, and then reinstall that drain plug, making sure that there is a gasket in place between the drain plug and the oil pan. Now we'll snug this up and then torque it to 18 foot-pounds. Now it's time to prepare our brand new oil filter. We'll start by applying oil directly in the center here. This is called priming the oil filter. Take a gloved finger, dip it in the oil, and coat that sealing ring. Continue on to installing this on the vehicle. Before we put this on here, let's go ahead and clean down the base where the oil filter gasket will ride. Install your oil filter. Make it nice and snug by hand and then continue on with the oil filter wrench. You only need approximately a quarter turn. Clean your mess. Let's make our way back up top. We'll come right over to that oil fill tube, insert a funnel, and continue on to adding 6 quarts of 5W30 oil. All right, that was our last one. Now we can reinstall our oil cover. Make sure that's nice and tight. At this point, you can hop in the passenger compartment, start up the vehicle, let it run for approximately 10 to 15 seconds and turn it right back off. Now once you've turned off the vehicle, make your way back out to the oil dipstick. We'll take hold of that, remove it from the dipstick tube, and give it a quick wipe. Now with that out in the open, I want you to have a look at the end here. You can see that you have a whole bunch of dots, and in between those dots, there's some hatches. We want to be anywhere in between these upper 2 dots here, in between those hatches. Anywhere below, you need to add a little bit. Anywhere above, you're going to need to drain some out. Assuming you use 6 quarts, you should be good. Let's go ahead and put this back in and check that oil level. I can see that I'm exactly where I need to be. Reinstall your oil dipstick. All right, friends, we showed you how to do the oil change on your vehicle. At this point, go ahead and take a peek underneath the vehicle and make sure you don't have an oil leak. Aside from that, go ahead and reset your oil light. To do that, you'd put the key in the on position without the vehicle running, pump that gas pedal 3 times down to the floor within 10 seconds. After that, the oil light should be reset. Close the hood and take your vehicle for a road test. Thanks for watching.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.